Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this week's vlog. This week, I would like for you to spend the weekend with me here in Traverse City. Now, it is early in the morning, so I'm doing actually an unprotected walk. I don't have sunscreen, but this is the perfect light. This is for me to get the maximum vitamin D. And honestly, this is the first day I am able to walk this week because we were so incredibly and severely affected by the Canadian wildfires that this is not only the first time I could generally walk, but even be outside. I'm healthy, I'm not asthmatic, but I was struggling. We even had like smoke infiltrate our home. That's how severe it was here in Upper Michigan. And I understand it did carry its way to the Northeast and all of that, but it feels really good to have some fresh air. Our air quality alert just lifted, so I feel comfortable and safe to walk outside. I'm actually starting to be able to see some blue in the sky, so a lot of that smog is gone. But yeah, I want to show you some of my favorite places here this weekend, and also I have some really beautiful dresses I want to share with you that are helping me to beat the heat and still stay stylish here in Upper Michigan, where it tends to be a little bit more casual, but we do have occasions where I get to get a little bit dressed up. And quite frankly, even if we don't have occasions, your girl is always going to find a way to put on a dress. So let's go. I realize I'm backlit and it's not ideal, but I am going to very pleasantly turn the camera around in just a moment. I shared this on my stories earlier this week, I believe, and at the end of our street. Now, recall in a previous video I mentioned that I used to walk a series of streets in this neighborhood, and then lo and behold, I manifested a home smack dab in the middle of my dream neighborhood up here. But when we were walking this area about 2 years ago, I found this one corner house that I was utterly entranced with, mainly because of their hydrangea border. And to say hydrangea border almost seems offensive compared to what I am about to show you. It is so majestic. The home also has on the side a little opening where you can see their kitchen garden, and you can see a white glass greenhouse in their backyard that has HVAC. I try not to be an envious person, but this is really struggling it's really testing my limits here. Anyway, the fun part of this whole thing is I only rediscovered this home on a walk last week because it is at the end of my street. This is manifestation personified. Let me show you. So here we are approaching this house, and this is the side of the home, and I really want to respect their privacy, but I need to show you. This is just the side, and here we go. Look at this beautiful kitchen garden we are about to see. Can you even cope? And I will walk you around to the front because I'm going downtown right now for some matcha. There is usually the sweetest and friendliest golden retriever here that likes to say hello to me, so well trained. They also have an invisible fence, so I assume it's very, very safe for them. But now we are walking to the front of the home. You can see right here, look how beautiful. When I tell you I have been logging in some considerable hours looking at Nantucket and just some vlogs from there and Instagram posts and everything. And you know, Traverse City gives me Nantucket. Now, I've never been, but what I've seen very much reminds me of it. Now, I don't want to be horrible, but can you see the glass greenhouse there in the back? Oh, I mean, goals. I better get my matcha because I have to reflect. Actually going to eat dinner here tonight, and we have been trying to get reservations. So thrilled that we got in for tonight. As the sign here says, it is Traverse City's Pearl. It's the newest restaurant to open here that we know of. I believe it is. I has a James Beard award-winning chef. This is oysters, raw fish, tins, as I understand, and we are so excited. I cannot wait to give you a review on our meal there. Okay, here is another fun place, and we come here more times than we should probably. It is literally down the block from our house. It's called the Little Fleet, and inside here it has a series of food trucks, and we definitely have a favorite, but especially now that World Cup has been happening, it has been extremely busy in here because they have watch parties. Our favorite food truck is right in there, and that is Crocodile Palace. We love it here. And across the street, that tiny little house, very unassuming, is probably the most fine dining we have here. It is truly extraordinary. It's very much a special occasion restaurant. It comes at a pretty penny, but it is very much worth it. It is so lovely. Let me just zoom in here. Hopefully you can see. It is called the Cook's House, and it is so lovely. We like to go here when we have friends visiting us in town. Special occasion, like I said. We haven't been here this summer. Mr. Lyons was with a couple of gentlemen that flew in, but I have not. I think I'm gonna wait for my girlfriends to come visit me. This would be a really special place to take them. So this may be one of the more awkward things I've done on the YouTube channel in front of you all, but this is just sort of something I like to do in the morning as well, just after I shower. Now I just went for that lovely walk downtown. I will say my objective was to go to my favorite spot for coffee. I also love to get sandwiches there. It's called the Outpost. I showed you that in my video. But when I was walking down, I saw like this line snaking out the door for Espresso Bay coffee. Now, I've heard a lot about this place, and so when I saw the line, I was immediately intrigued. I saw a sign on their front door that said matcha with spirulina, which is a natural sweetener, so I was like, okay, I'll give that a try. Naturally, once I waited in that line for about 15 minutes, I kid you not, I got up there and they were out of the matcha with spirulina. So I just ordered the regular matcha. And this is in no way me throwing shade to Espresso Bay. I think there are certain people that like coffee and teas a certain way. To me, this wasn't coffee or matcha. This was like dessert. It was so incredibly sweet. I think I took 3 sips and threw it out, and then by the time I got to Outpost, I just couldn't justify spending the money on another one. Anyway, so I'm back, shower. So right after the shower, I love to put this red light mask on. Now, I have been using this since I got to Michigan, and it has made such a beautiful difference. What I do like about this, and I have tried other red light masks before, right now I'm 20 minutes with the red light mask, and then what I love is to do 10 minutes when I have the time. I like to do 10 minutes with the amber light. Amber light helps with any discoloration. I don't think we can even call it melasma anymore. Listen, my children are 30 and 26. Like, that's gone. I think these are either age spots or sunspots. I have one right here and one here, almost matching on my cheekbones. And I have definitely noticed those diminishing. What I also really love about this one in particular is how it gets to my jawline and my neck. So I really love that, and I feel the warming in it. It also, which I'm not showing you now, I can show you later, it has these cryo cooling pads that you can put right here. So it helps with depuffing. I'm well into the morning now. It wasn't an issue for me. I had a lovely evening yesterday, plenty of sleep. But I like to put those in the refrigerator, and then it feels like luxuriating in a spa day. So it is wash day. If you know, you know. You know how sometimes I just have to pump myself up to wash my hair. So while I do this red light mask, I'm in my home office right now in Michigan, and I'm looking out the window. So I live on a beautiful street, and I'm on my vibration plate, and I actually haven't, I just started to re-implement this. I just dug it up from the move, and I have to tell you, it makes me feel so good. I think like I kind of don't want to buy another one for Orlando, but this is really lovely. So if there's room in the car when we go back, I think I'm going to take it. So what this helps for is like lymphatic drainage. A lot of people think it's for weight loss. I'm not sure about that. I think those claims are not really valid or substantiated at this point. But for me, I definitely feel a release. I feel a drainage. It feels good. Actually, it's feeling really good on my lower back now. You can see I was doing some stretching with it before. So yeah, I think this is such a really great way to just get moving. You know, sometimes you just feel stuck. I was having this conversation with my daughter this morning. If you just feel stuck, you just don't move and you get more stuck. I think if you put one foot in front of the other, or one good habit in front of the other, or try to habit stack, you know, an object in motion stays in motion. So we walked the dogs this morning. I went for my own walk, and I'm feeling really good. I am going to a Mahjong lesson after this. So excited for it. It is at the Needle Points North, which is where I took my needlepoint lesson. So I'm taking all the lessons this summer. Yeah, but enjoying a really beautiful Sunday. I love Sunday for resets. But back to this mask. I actually have a discount code for you, so I will make sure to put that on the screen here, and I will also make sure I put that in the description box below. Back to my vibration plate. Hello again, friends. Well, it is several hours later from when I last left off with you, but since that time, I had my very first Mahjong lesson, and it was really fun. So I should start by saying, I mean, I've really wanted to play Mahjong again. It just never seemed to fit with my schedule when I'm back in Orlando. There's actually an event planner in Orlando, Laura, who teaches Mahjong, and she organizes all these groups, and like, I always want to go, but there's always something business-wise that has stopped me. So I think I mentioned many moons ago that this summer I wanted to take on two things, needlepoint and Mahjong. Just so happens that my Mahjong lesson was where my needlepoint lesson was, which is at the needlepoint shop, and that's how I found out about it. These lovely young women, they're sisters, they're called the Maj sisters. Yeah, the Maj sisters. They taught us today, and they made it so much fun. And when I got there, it was sold out. I mean, I had pre-purchased my ticket, but I was just placed at this table, and as fate would have it, I think I was with the right people. Anyway, it was so much fun. But I will say, my oldest daughter teaches Mahjong, but Ricci. So there's a difference. So she teaches the Chinese version. So I understand that Chinese and American are totally different. And while she was visiting over the holidays, she decided, you know, to help her with her teaching skills, she wanted to teach the family. And I don't know, I understand that Mahjong is supposed to be harder, but I think I caught on to that one quicker. Either that, or I had that one sort of subliminally tucked into the back of my mind, and I was sort of pushing through with this one. Nonetheless, I was with the right people. We made it so much fun. I feel like, you know, I went to summer camp. We like exchanged numbers in the parking lot. I was so excited, so happy to make friends. These three people that were at my table live in the same building as the woman who owns this beautiful needlepoint shop here in Traverse City, which I could basically walk to as well. We're all downtown, which is really nice. So this one woman who was also here seasonally, she lives in Chicago otherwise, and then they also have a home in Portugal, which was very exciting. And then these two gentlemen that were a couple, and they were just so much fun to be by. Anyway, I'm hoping, if anyone knows, like, I certainly don't mind spending money. It's more getting out of the house, but if anyone knows where I could take Mahjong lessons, like even online, I just want to do that, because I just didn't feel, and neither did the other three, by the way, I just didn't feel like I had an entire grasp on it. I got the bones of it, but it's that whole card that you buy. Anyway, those of you who know Mahjong, if you have any tips for me, please let me know. I know my brain was trying to categorize my tiles in a certain way, but you have to kind of find the line that works with you. I thought everyone was working towards the same objective. Evidently, you all have your own objective, and whoever gets Mahjong first wins. I'm new at this. Anyway, before I show you those beautiful linen dresses, of which I'm going to wear one of them to our dinner tonight at Umbo, which is an oyster bar, I wanted to go over some products that I started using as soon as we got to Michigan. So it's been 2 months now. So this summer. So today's not only a Sunday reset for me, I feel like this summer in general, and I tend to do this during the summers because it's a slower time for me, is a summer reset. So every summer but this one, because my goodness me, I don't know what's in the sun, the moon, and the stars. I'm very grateful, but we have onboarded 6 new clients in like just a matter of a few weeks, and it's been a little cuckoo. It's making me think I might have to get back to Orlando sooner. But I did want to revisit this mask that I had earlier. Just wanted you to know, if I'm showing my face on here with anything, you know, talking about it or otherwise, it's because I have been using it. So I have been using this since the beginning of May. And like I said, I was using also another mask, but I'm finding I'm reaching for this one 10 times out of 10 now. And I hate to say it, but the other one was more expensive. So here we are. I might send that other one to my daughter Sarah in Atlanta. But this one is also medical grade, so it's great. It has the NIR. You can look all of that up. When I mentioned earlier, now my little cryo pads are chilling in the refrigerator, but there are these magnets right here. And so those little cryo pads like just adhere right here. And so they cool right under your eyes as the mask is going, and it feels so nice. It feels like a spa experience. So it has, I love that it's wireless. You saw I was on my vibration plate earlier with it. I think I finally, the jump scare has finally ceased with Mr. Lion. So now when I'm moving about the house or I come downstairs and I have this thing on, I think his nerves have officially settled. He's seen me in this enough, but it was a jump scare. So I say that to say that I'm always multitasking with this, right? I wish I could just lay in bed with a red light mask, but that's just not the reality of my life. So I'm usually multitasking, puttering. Today, it was Sunday, I was on the vibration plate. It felt great. I'm usually either cleaning the kitchen while doing this, or I'm on my computer working, but I love that I'm not tethered to an outlet or anything like that. It is wireless. It just charges like with the same sort of thing that charges your phone, and it goes. So here it has the red light. That's great for inflammation and everything, but it also has blue. Whoop, I just shut it off. It has the blue light as well, and then this is the one I'm wild about. It's the amber light, and the amber light helps with sort of sunspots, discoloration, things like that. It's been really helpful. Yeah, I just love it. 20 minutes with the red light, 10 minutes with the amber just seems to be my sweet spot. So this one is from INIA, and yeah, I have a discount code for you. So once again, I'm going to pop it up on the screen right over here, and then I'll also put it in the description notes. All right, the other thing I have tried this summer, and I mean, I just tried it. I just tried it. I really had no vetted interest. I think if you're learning anything about me by watching either this video, if this is your first time, welcome, or if you've been watching several of my videos, I'm very much into wellness. I'm very much into trying to implement as many non-tox things as possible, non-toxic that is. I mean, I can go down a rabbit hole, you name it. I've explored it. I've been reading, you know, the book Outlive by Dr. Peter Attia. I'm extremely into wellness. I'm extremely into learning and just basically longevity, which doesn't mean like I necessarily want to live to 120. That would be kind of nice. It's just that if my years on this earth happen to be 87, then I want them to be a vibrant 87. That's what I mean by longevity. Anyway, so I have been trying products from a company called Olivia, and Olivia is not only made in the USA, it is made in Orlando. So that's extremely exciting to me. So I have here a body cleanse. So it's like a body wash. I also have a serum. I often, get confused with serums. There's so much information out there. There's so much media on this that it's just hard to know which is which. Thankfully, I can lean on Marcella, my esthetician, to just guide me in the right direction. And she's extremely helpful with that because she knows my skin clearly better than I do. And this here is a rose water mist. Now, these products were actually given to me by the owner of Olivia. Her name is Kelly, and she's just a force, like a very inspiring soul, if that makes sense. I just sort of feel like we're cut from the same cloth, and it's just inspiring. Anyway, so with this, I have to talk about this first, although I love everything else. This body wash has ruined me, and it's as simple as that. I literally can't ever use anything in the shower other than this. Ever again. Everything is non-tox, it's plant-based, it's, I believe, sea kelp derived. I will also leave the link to Olivia in the show notes. This particular one is green tea and honeysuckle, and I know they have an unscented one and they have other scented ones, but I don't care because this is the only one I'm ever going to use. When I tell you, when I open it up and smell it, it just makes me so happy. It makes me feel awake. It makes me feel good. It doesn't really lather, but that's kind of the point. It is cleaning the dirt and the grime, but is keeping the good bacteria in, if that makes sense. You can read all about it. I love it. And while Marcella has me on not a strict regime, but I do adhere to the skincare regime that she has prescribed to me. There's a serum with that and a gel and all of that, and I'll talk about that at another time too. I've been using this one in the daytime. So the other one I use at night, and that one is called Adipo. But this one here is their probiotic serum. Now again, I am not good at this. Does this work? Can you see it? Good. It's a probiotic serum, and it's so lightweight and not greasy, and I love that after I put it on, I feel like it's a glow from within. So I'm always yes, I love the dewy look, but more than that, I want it to look like it's coming from the inside out, not just like a glazed donut, which I know is very popular with maybe a younger generation. But rather than the glazed donut look, I just kind of want to look radiant and that glow from within look. And my goodness me, does this ever achieve it. I love it. And then I started to use this rose water mist because I was told it was really great with irritation and things like that. So I kind of held on to this and didn't use it because I was waiting for irritation, if that makes sense. And lo and behold, it happened because I was in the garden and weeding and something. And when I do that, I should know better to cover. It irritates me, and I got a terrible rash on both forearms, and I sprayed this, and it really calmed it down and really immediately. But they say to do the serum and then the rose water mist here, and I have found that to be a really effective combination. So yeah, I have been loving Olivia, and as far as the body wash, I understand that it is a cult favorite, and I understand why. I'm telling you, I was just on the website before I hopped on here. They have travel sizes. My goodness. If not, I would have decanted this into another thing because I don't care what hotel I am at. And you all know that I work at the finest hotels and I'm in those showers. That's the shower gel I am using. Okay, I think I'm gonna get to the dresses soon, but I have to say, when I was just coming back from that walk earlier this morning, I was, I think, a little too overconfident with the way the sky looked and the weather looked and how it felt. It was a cool 73 degrees, which was so nice. But lo and behold, and before I left, Mr. Lyons didn't come with me, which I was shocked with because we've been enjoying our morning walks. But he said that his throat was kind of sore, and he said not a burning sore, but just painful, which seemed kind of odd to me. He was golfing yesterday when the air quality was really bad. I really think it was that. He said he didn't smell smoke. I still did. I very much think that his throat issues today is a result of the air quality. Anyway, I bring this up because on my way back from the walk, I received an alert that our air quality alert was back, and it's back until Tuesday, and lo and behold, I don't know if you can hear it, nothing hurts for me, but all of a sudden I feel like my voice is compromised. So I'm doing the best I can. Okay, let's get to these gorgeous dresses. Okay, on to these really beautiful dresses, which are just behind me, and I cannot wait to show you. But before I do that, I want to share with you how I was so impressed with the way that these were delivered to me, as if I just spoke about how I am being extremely conscientious about what I put in my body, what I put on my body. I explained to you sort of my affinity for this new body care and skincare line, Olivia, where it's non-tox, it's plant-based, and all the rest. Well, this box came to me, or the garments came to me in this box here. Now, cardboard, I know that's not altogether new for many of you, but this will obviously be recycled as soon as I'm done with this here. And by the way, the name of this company is called Chillinen, and I just sort of love how this came to be. So these are all linen garments, and so you have to think of it as like chill, as in be chill, be relaxed, be at ease. And then linen, of course, is linen, and it gives you that breathability and just sort of that simplicity and tailored look as well. And so easy to care for, the natural fibers and everything else. So not only did the dresses come in this recyclable box, but what I really appreciated, and I mean, you could have, my mouth just hit the floor when I did that, each garment, and I did get dresses. I got 3 dresses. Now, Chillinen does not do just dresses exclusively. If you go on their website, and again, I will put this website and my dresses in particular in the description box below. But if you go on there, they have slacks, they have skirts, they have tops, separates. I'm just naturally born to dresses. I'm very comfortable in dresses, though I'm trying to embrace my separates era. It's a work in progress. I'm just the most comfortable in dresses. But the dresses also came in this sort of paper bag, if you will. So you'll see it here. It had sort of like this zip kind of enclosure, but this is entirely recyclable as well. And I cannot tell you what a pet peeve it is of mine when I think I'm getting a sustainable product, and maybe the product is, but the packaging just isn't. It's like, just make it make sense. So I think the reason why we all need to reach for linen this summer is because collectively, the United States at large and even Europe have been experiencing the most intense heat wave that we have experienced in. Some is unprecedented, I know, in Europe, but it just seems like every single year it gets worse. And I feel like we are making Mother Nature very, very salty. So we need to take good care of her. So thank you to you, Chillinen, for packaging these items so responsibly. But I have 3 items here, and funny enough, the dress that I wanted to pick 3. And when I picked the 3rd, I was kind of like hovering over it, and I was like, I guess I'll pick that one. I had to pull it up here and not put it in the wash because I have worn this dress so much. It is so comfortable. It is so elegant. It is just easy to wear, easy to take care of. Now, I did use a steamer, and I'm going to show you for the purpose of this because I just finished steaming the other ones. This is a travel steamer. I love this little guy. So powerful, but it did the trick. It did this right away. So you don't need to spend, invest a certain amount of time or an hour in your day like ironing your linen. First of all, with linen, you really can just spray it with water and let it fall. But with this, for dresses, I want it to look a little bit more pressed, so I got this steamer that also acts as an iron to just make it all smooth. So one of these dresses I am wearing to dinner in just a little bit. We are heading out shortly. Okay, we're gonna start off strong with the dress that I simply have not been able to take off while it's been this hot, or if at all, for the last, I say, week or so. But this dress is so easy. It's a beautiful lavender, which I feel like acts as a neutral almost, and I just love it. It's kind of got this scoop neckline here. It's got this very French flair to it. It's got this great ruched back here as well with a zipper. And as always, if it's a dress, it needs pockets, and I just love it. So when I'm doing my everyday, here I like to just pair it with a regular slide. These are just these are so old, my Sam Edelman slides over here, and these are my everyday. I went to the supermarket like this, I went to the farmer's market like this. I just love this combo. I can also put a really light cardigan over it in the evening if it gets a little cool, or if you move somewhere in where there's air conditioning. It works so well. It's so breathable. What I love about these, and you'll see it especially with the next two dresses, is that you have sort of the ease of the linen, but you're not sacrificing the elegance. It just feels so good to wear, and I just feel really pretty. So when I do want to elevate it, but I want to be comfortable and I know I'm walking, you can also pair it with these. I have worn these to death as well. These are my Vivea, the floral Mary Janes, and this also works really well with it. I'm not even going to try to put these on for you right now, but this works well. But if I were going to dinner with these on, what I would do then is put on a neutral, and I feel like a white shoe, an off-white shoe, or a neutral works really well. And so what I would do are these sandals here, and when I tell you, when I put these on, I mean, I feel like I'm ready for an evening in Provence. They just feel so lovely, and they just make me, it just makes me feel like $1,000,000. So yeah, I'm trying to give you the whole picture here. I know it's a little difficult, but you can see. Anyway, this looks so beautiful. It feels so good, so comfortable. I think I was in it for about 13 hours yesterday, and I just loved it. So that's dress number 1. And here is dress number 2. Now, I am not pink averse as a rule, but I don't tend to wear a lot of pink. I think this is the exception to the rule. This dress sort of won me over with this button-up detail and these little lace cap sleeves. I think it lends an air of structure and femininity to it that I just couldn't pass up. Also, I'm going to say that this pink is more like a salmon, so that just helps me reconcile. However, you will see the details of this dress are just stunning, and just like the other one, it is equally as comfortable, equally as breathable, equally as light, and so pretty. I just love the details of this belt. This one of this dress, this one has its own belt here. If you had your own belt, you can always interchange it. You can take it off, put it on. I have sort of a natural fiber belt over there. I may try it on for you in just a moment if I were to make this a little bit more casual, but the way I have this paired, this is a contender for dinner tonight. So you'll have to let me know in the comments, what do you think? But I love this for every day. Beautiful for a Sunday service, if you're going to Sunday service, a brunch, a shower, any type of really lovely party. It's just so great. Again, so comfortable. It has this ruched back again, and that just makes it so comfortable, and it helps move with you, if that makes sense. What I also love about this, and I've been no stranger to do this either, I did this with a dress I wore for a bridal fashion show that I designed a couple of years ago at the Ritz-Carlton. I had a lovely shirt dress, and then I purchased a crinoline, a petticoat to put underneath it. Now, if I was wearing this dress in the evening, I would put that petticoat on just to give it a little bit more body and structure, maybe a more elevated heel. Right now I have the Sam Edelman kitten heel sandal on right now, which I think works perfectly with this dress. I cannot fully express to you how comfortable this feels. And again, I feel like I could go into the nicest restaurant with this dress right now. It feels so good and so pretty. So this is dress number 2, and a contender for dinner tonight, so vote below. Okay, I wanted to show you me interchanging the belt. So this was with a belt I have already. It just makes it maybe a hint more casual, maybe a little bit more walk about the town. And I found this great straw bag too, so what a lovely compliment. I think it's telling its own story here, which is a different one. No less elegant, no less easy to wear, but again, another way to rewear the dress. Also, if I were to keep the other sash, I have this wonderful clutch as well that goes really nicely with it. It's an eyelet clutch. Or maybe in between, I have this right here, a nice handbag with a twilly, and I feel really, really put together. And this is dress number 3. And if I'm being completely honest with you, I think I saw this dress first on the website, unrelated to this whole dress haul and everything. I saw this dress and clicked on it because I loved the structure, and I love anything blue and white, but I love this dress. This was dress number 1 for me to order. And again, all of the dresses have pockets, which make it so nice. You know, another thing about the pockets, a detail that I found very interesting and useful, it's actually like, I don't know if you can see here, this kind of sheer, very lightweight fabric. What I like about this is, particularly when you're wearing and working with linen, to try to straighten out or press these items. When you have linen backed on linen, it can get crumpled, so it never just lays quite right. Same is true for cotton. So this is so light in area, it's negligible. You just don't even, you can't even tell that there are pockets, but you get to appreciate all of the benefits of pockets. So about this dress, I love this collar right here. Again, I think maybe the older I get, I sort of like to creep up on the neck a little bit more, but at the same time it has a very delicate and feminine V-neck right here. So beautiful. And again, it has a tie in the back, and if I wanted to, I could put the crinoline underneath this as well, and it would be such a fun party dress that way. But yes, again, with this one, I feel like a Sunday service. I think an afternoon wedding. This is so beautiful. You cannot get any more classic than blue and white. To me, this is the perfect linen dress. And I'm not even gonna have you vote below. I think if you cannot tell already, I've made my choice for dinner. I just absolutely love this dress. I think I am going to wear it with the Sam Edelman kitten heel sandals that I have now. But again, I could wear the Vivea flat belly Mary Jane's, the flats. I'm not sure if I would wear the slides with it. I think that makes it a little too casual, but certainly if I had to dash from here to there, I would put something comfortable like that on as well. But honestly, I feel like this is so flattering. And again, it is a warm day. They have been warm days. I can wear this and not feel self-conscious that I'm getting overheated or, God forbid, perspiring through my clothes or anything. It feels really great. And it was so, even though it was in that bag when it delivered, my steamer took it out within 90 seconds. So it felt great. And remember, you can always spray water on your linen and the wrinkles should fall. But my goodness, how beautiful is this dress? Mind you, cannot wait to film in this room once it's been renovated, but these dresses certainly did dress up the space, if you know what I mean, literally and figuratively. Okay, ladies, now that I picked my outfit for dinner, it is just about that time for us to leave. So I think I'm going to leave the video here. Thank you so much for joining me this week on not just my Sunday reset, but my summer reset. I've been so excited and happy to learn new things, though I feel far from proficient with needlepoint and far from proficient with Mahjong. It's been a really nice way to build community and meet some new friends here, especially since I'm sort of like the new kid on the block. So that's been really lovely. And it's been a fun summer taking care of myself. So I will leave you with that. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, go ahead, I don't know if I should say reset or linen. Let's say linen. I can't speak highly enough about these dresses from Chillinen. I am getting right back on their website, and I think I'm going to keep a set of a few dresses here and a few pieces here and some in Florida, because goodness knows I could wear linen nearly all year round in Orlando. So I'm going to take a look at that further, and if I get more pieces, I will be sure to share them with you. But I hope you have a wonderful week ahead, and I look forward to seeing you in next week's video. Bye-bye.